So a few years ago, I played Breath of the Wild. It was the first game I got with my Switch, as is I'm sure the story with a lot of people. And I played it a bunch. I have like over like 300 hours on it. It was a lot. I liked the game. I really did. And I played Horizon Zero Dawn. Played that uh, just once, but it's a worse game. But robot dinosaurs are cool. And I did buy and play both of the sequels for those games. That being Tears of the Kingdom and The Forbidden West. But I did not finish them because why would I? Okay, the appeal of those two games was that the big open worlds, new mechanics, new it's a new style, robot dinosaurs. Oh, that's cool. I get to break them off, fight them. The first time you fight a guardian, it's a big moment. First time you like, really beat it down, tear off all its legs. Get the eyes shot down, the shield parry. It's great. It's an amazing feeling. And a lot of people say that they wish they could play a lot of people say they wish they could play Breath of the Wild for the first time again. And I don't blame them. The first time you play that game is the best. And when you play it, the next few times, it's about going through it faster since you know everything. You can like sort of, cheese things. But I don't want to play Tears. Uh, it's it's just it's exhausting. These these games are gigantic. They take I don't know, like 50 hours to play. When you play through them again, the little cracks start to show, and because they're so slow, because they're open world games, and your character doesn't fly like how they should. Like I'm not saying every character should fly, but traversal should be better. Take Spider-Man. You can replay the those Spider-Man games a few times because uh, you can basically fly. Or Infamous. You could play those a few times. You got superpowers. You run along, you climb, you do the little glide along the cords, or if you're playing Second Son, you actually just fly in that game. But in Zelda, it's the same. The way you move around in Tears of the Kingdom is the same as how you do in Breath of the Wild. And where is my bike? I want my bike. I don't want to play. I don't want to play the game. Like when I'm doing puzzles, like I just did the water temple. When I'm doing that, I'm having a blast. It's a fun game. It's a fun time, really. But when I'm not doing that, shit, I don't want to do it. It's not fun. Um, and I don't not fun. It's just a bit of a drag because like they gave enemies new moves, so when you fight them, there's a little. It's like a whoa, but like and there's like a few new enemy types. There's like these flying guys that die in one hit. There's these little trolls that in the caves that hang around from the top, and then you scared me the first time. These hell hands that'll come get you, and they're great. I like them. Running into them for the first time was really fun, but for the most part, you are still fighting the goblins and the lizard men, and it's the same as before, and combat is still as slow as ever. Uh, um, and something like Bayonetta, because that's the one I have the most experience with. You do like the slide or the punch where she steps forward. You do that to get to the next enemy. It keeps things moving. In Zelda, you don't have that. You can like run up and hit someone, but then you'll like knock them away, or you'll be stuck in hand lag for like fucking ever. So it's not usually a good move, tactically speaking. So combat in Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, since they're like the same thing, it's just exhausting. Um, and again, it's an exhausting game to play. Like the best part of it are the puzzles, like figuring out all the cool things you can do with your Trumer hand, and like it's that part is fun. But everything around that, being underground where there's nothing to do, being above ground where I guess the challenge actually being above ground is pretty fun because the challenge is to get to the next Sky Island. That's neat, but there's still nothing up there, and that's just my problem with the game. half the time it feels like there's nothing to do, or if there is something to do, it's just old shit. So when you actually do get to the new stuff, you're just kind of tired and like don't feel like playing it. And for the Horizon game, it's just it doesn't feel like a sequel. It just feels like DLC, and that game already went on for a bit too long. So actually, with that game is even worse because exploration. There is no exploration. There is no like. There's not really any cool physics in Horizon. Okay, you just kind of run around and you fight the robots, and that is it's fine. Fighting the robots is fun, but it does not need to be open world. If that game was just like a if that game just shifted to being linear, level to level, fight these robots, maybe like big open kind of open levels, like Bayonetta or something, or Doom, uh, it would be so fun because you could just finely tune the enemies to what you have, like a loadout or whatever. But you can't do that because it's open world, and it's just run around. Ooh, new machine. How do I fight it? And you learn how to fight it, and then that's it. Uh, this it's just why is this game open world? Getting on your robot horse and trampling it on through to get to the next objective is not fun. It's boring. It's padding the game. Anyways, the long and skinny is that I don't like open world sequels because the appeal of an open world is that you're learning how everything works. So when you do it again and you already know how everything works, uh, it's just annoying. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just in a horrible state, but I do not have it in me to like sit down for like 2 hours and just play through tears. I can play through it for a little bit, but not like that long. And maybe I've aged out. I aged out of the Zelda scene, but no, that's not real. I think I lost too much weight to be interested in Zelda. I'm trolling. I'm trolling. So, well, I'm happy. Getting to articulate myself about things that really frustrate me. That's the core of why I do what I do. And well, that is what frustrates me. Open world games should not have open world sequels. It's just not a good idea. You either have to make it take place in a completely like new setting with like radically different art direction or whatever, or just make it linear because that's just exhausting. Like, um, could you imagine? Could you like? I haven't bought any Pokemon games since Shield. But could you imagine being someone who went from playing Arceus to shit, oh, Gen 9? Like, could you imagine how exhausting that would actually be? Okay, I have two friends that I know played both games. One of them did not finish Arceus. The other one just kind of blasted through both of them. So it's almost like open world games are just like not necessary. Please stop it. I like open world games. It's just